Hello, everyone. And let me switch perspectives here. That's right. We're back in the Relaxed SMP, ready to do some work on our base today and see what other shenanigans we might be able to get up to. You just never know. There's actually a couple people on the server tonight, so I've given an open invitation. If anyone wants to drop by, they are welcome. And yeah, we'll see how that goes. But first thing is first, I'm going to show you, and you can kind of see it on the side there. I'm trying not to show it too much. But I'll show you the progress we've made on the base thus far since the last time that we were live, and it's kind of a lot, and it's I can't take all the credit for it. So we'll talk a little bit about that as I'm touring, and then we will get into building the villager breeder if we are not distracted in some other way. Okay, so let's do our quick tour. First thing is first, we're going to jump down here. Already, my sharp-eyed viewers will note this was not here before. And boom. Okay, so this is the progress we have made thus far. I'm going to jump over here. This part is kind of just denoting the area I would like to put in a structure later on. We'll talk about that in a little bit also, but this right here is the main progress. We have cut all the way down this mountainside and down to sea level, basically, and there's so much more digging we have to do. We have to do this side up to where the cobblestone is and get it down to sea level. That's kind of like excavation stage 2. And then taking both sides even further down below sea level, probably to like this level here, or maybe even a little bit further, like this-ish level here. You'll see some torches down there. Ethan's video went up recently. We did a little exploring. That was down in this cave, so everything you saw down there is what is down there, and it's so much bigger than I ever even imagined. And yeah, the base is not necessarily going to go that deep, but we're definitely going to be going down there again at some point, doing some more exploration, hopefully bringing some friends, because it's a little sketchy down there, as I'm sure you saw in the video. And if you haven't checked it out, Abs and Ethan made a great video about it. No voiceover due to a technical difficulty, but yeah, I think he did some great work with the footage that he was able to capture, and so definitely give that a look. But yeah, so we carved all of this down, got it to sea level, and then we made this canal. And the idea behind the canal is to connect the two sides of the landmass, so you can, sort of like the Panama Canal, you can just go through and not have to go all the way around the landmass to get to the other side. The landmass isn't that big, so it's kind of not necessary, but this is where the ravine was, so that's just what we did. And then we carved this area, and this area is going to be our villager area. And we're just going to swim over there right quick. Obviously not decorated yet, not necessarily even to the exact height that we want it to be at. I'm thinking maybe 5 blocks would be better than the 4. You guys tell me how you feel about that. But yeah, the idea is we're going to have a villager breeder, and I'm thinking this spot. This spot right here is where we're going to set that up. And so that's kind of the plan for today, is to get working on all of that. And down there, I'm thinking iron farm, but it'll be a little bit further up, so the outputs will actually just be over here. And then villagers can be in these spots all the way down, should we want them to be. I don't know if we want that many villagers necessarily, but you never know. I might like skip every other, like just do every other. So yeah, we'll see. But yeah, first things first, we need some glass to make a holding cell for our baby villagers while they grow up. which means we need some sand. Probably a little bit more than what we have currently. So we're going to go take a quick trip, over to this little island here and collect up some of the sand that you see there. And we're going to take our boat because, you know, it's water. So it just sort of makes sense. Why wouldn't we? And up. Yeah, so I did say I cannot take all the credit for excavating all of that, and that is 100% true. I did have a little bit of help from Perfect. He dropped by the other day and took out several layers on the side that we have fully excavated now, or, you know, down to sea level. I guess technically that's not even fully excavated, but that's neither here nor there. And yeah, I also have to give some thanks to Abs and Ethan, because when he came over, he gifted me... Perfect also gave me a pick and some other diamond tools, and Abs and Ethan gave me a pick with Silk Touch, Efficiency 4, and Unbreaking 3, and I was able to combine the two picks to make what I have named Ethect's Excavator. Just kind of a tribute to both of the awesome creators that helped me get out of the Stone Age and do some of this excavation a lot faster. And I would like to continue excavating quickly, and that is why we are dividing the digging project into stages and getting started with the villager breeder so we can get an iron farm going and get some villager trading going. I can kind of get on par with the rest of these guys. Most of them are in like full diamond already. At least one that I know of is in full netherite. Yeah, I definitely am not the early game speed demon that some of these guys are, but definitely happy to get some help and happy to kind of join the mid game, as it were, and get access to at least full diamond. I think that's respectable. And of course, no shade if you are not... Oh, whoops. Well, those are gone. No shade to anyone who is not in full diamond. Obviously, like, my best armor is an iron chestplate right now, so, like, I totally get it. I usually play very slow and methodical, so... trying to rush the villager stuff is the only way I know to even, like, remotely keep up with these guys. Now, on the flip side of that, everyone else seems to have chosen a much less ambitious base concept than I did, at least as far as starter bases go. Everyone's building houses and, like, quaint things, and I'm more in the vein of, like, what the starter base, and just went straight for, like, mega base. How was that not low enough? There we go. So yeah, I pretty much finished day one, found the ravine, and just started digging immediately. And I did a lot of it with stone tools, which is wild to even think about at this point. But yeah, it definitely goes so much faster with the diamond. I'm glad that we have access to that now. Yes, stone tools. I'm still hurting from it a little bit. Yeah, I've got like the wrist strain going on and everything. But no, it's good. It's all good. I have quite a stockpile of the diamonds now, thanks to the expedition with Ethan. He brought his fortune pick with him, so we split the profits there, and it's keeping me going until we get the villagers going. Speaking of villagers, how is your setup? I know you're struggling to get it going, but you said you had it, right? Nice. Yeah, once I have the breeder up, Iron Farm is basically next step, so. I don't know how much glass I'm going to need. This is probably more than enough, but I'm going to finish this stack off. I mean, that's why you have the villager breeder, right? You just get a couple more if you need them. Moving them is a pain in the butt, though. I will say that for sure. Okay, let's hop in the boat. Get some of this turned into glass over at base. Or, I guess the super temporary base setup with chest monsters and all. I mean, whatever works. You got it. I don't know. Oops. The V key is way too close to the spacebar. Yeah, I mean, you do what you got to do. And if it takes a happy pit, then that's what you got to do. All right, let me. Right. Running on like probably 5 hours of sleep right now. That is okay though. Nope, need the coal. See what I mean? Trying to keep everything straight. Yes, 100%. Definitely going to try to get a beacon. I'm not the best combatant though, so I'm probably going to be trapping it in the wither in bedrock to get access to the star. It would 100% help with the ravine. Yes, it would. And they look cool, so like, you got it, right? Especially once we get to the whole Elytra traveling stage, having beacons just tells people where your base is from up in the air. So, always a good thing to have. Alright, so that's cooking. I'm trying to think what else I'm going to need. Bucket of water for sure, so let's grab that. Ah, and beds. I'm gonna need more beds. I totally forgot about that. Have some wool. I can make 3, plus mine would be 4. Alright, I need some more wool. And actually, I saw a friend that I want to get while I am there, so I'm going to bring them down here and put them in a safe location. And also procure some more wool in the process. See if I can find him again. In a minute. There he is. Hello, donkey friend. You're coming with me. And then we'll go find some sheep. Come on. I'll make him my friend later, but right now I just need him to follow. I got my leads from a couple wandering villagers that came through. So if anyone's wondering, no one was harmed in the process. I just sheared the llamas to get them. Yes, he is. I'll have to come up with a name. Not sure on that one yet. I only have one name tag so far too, so not that I can't make more. Well, that helps. Dang it. If I had a nickel, if I had a diamond for every time that someone logs out before I have a chance to tell them goodbye, I would be very rich on this server. That is for sure. Not this, that. Check. I mean, those pillagers are out for blood. I've had 3, 4, 5 different bands come through. I'm sure he did. He's not watching one of our streams. I don't know why he's even getting off the server. So no, it's all good. We have lives too. So believe it or not. All right. I mean, that is kind of the level of play I've been doing in the past week to get all that excavated. It's just been, I've been on here a lot. I don't even remember what my statistics were, but I looked the other day. I currently have played 1.71 days of like logged in time. Which the server's only been open for like a week, so maybe have overdone it. I'm not sure. Okay, yeah, no, I'm not that bad then. I'm not that bad then. All right, I feel better. What was I doing? Beds, making beds. Where did I put the wool? Yeah, I know. I think Raz has like a lot of time on here, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's grab a little bit of stone. Yeah, no, I feel that. I can't tell you the number of times that I was editing and I'm like, man, I wish I was on the server instead. Oh, goodness. If only there was like an editor for the server to just edit all our videos for us. That would be fantastic. Ah, you got that one. Okay, so the setup for... Yeah, I mean, that's true. The style would definitely be different. Okay, let me start here. So the style, yeah, the setup for the storage area is pretty simple. And we're going to sleep really quick because I don't need anyone sneaking up on me while I'm working on this. You know, like mobs wise. Okay, so this is going to be the storage area for our villagers. Just an easy 2x2. The breeder is going to be up above. They'll drop down in here as babies and then grow up. And this water will continue to flow to this corner. Wondering if I should change that to the other corner. No. That one's fine. That one's fine. And so basically, villagers will get pushed into this corner, and you'll be able to put a boat close to here, and they will clip through the blocks and into the boat. So that is how you get them out. Just some glass so we can see when they are grown up and ready to go. And we're definitely going to have to do some more clearing, which I'm trying to preserve as much of the pick as I can for now, but water also helps when they drop in, so they don't get damaged. So that's always a convenient kind of thing. So now, we need to set up where the beds go. And go ahead and put down our crafting table. And we're just going to make a temporary chest to hold some of our craft while we work, so it doesn't get too overwhelming. Okay. That's good for now. We're going to make some stone bricks and use that. 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I think that should be good. Let's make our way up here. Try not to fall into the thing there. Throw down a torch just so I can see what the heck I'm doing. Nope. Well, that's convenient. Okay, so now right. Hey, villager trade, nice. Wandering trader or just a regular villager? Okay. I mean, they got good stuff too, so definitely worth it. And we want regular stone, which is why we didn't convert it all. Right there. Now, we need to put the beds up here. Means we'll need to actually make them. Alright, now we've got our beds. Nice. Yeah, I definitely want to see it, but it'll probably be wait till it's on Disney Plus thing for me. I have been keeping up with the Marvel movies, you know, for the most part, but I've been slacking off lately. Hey, thanks for the follow. I didn't realize you hadn't followed yet. That's kind of funny. Ah, nice. Yeah, I like Twitch a lot. I have not used YouTube's streaming thing. Eventually I will, but yeah, haven't quite gotten there yet. Interesting. Well, oh, oops. I need to go one more to the side this way. That's my bad. Put those in a little bit. I didn't need to take off the ones on the end. Oh well. Yeah, I know if you pay for Streamlabs, you can just like multi-stream through them. Aside from that, I don't really have any idea how to go about doing that. So, like I said, haven't really touched it yet. Okay, there we go. So now we have 4 beds for the villagers to see. Nice. Yeah, I know there's all that stuff going around, so that's fun. Oh yeah, of course. No doubt. Alright, and this part's just for decoration, so no need to copy this for your guys' designs, but that's that. And technically, we wouldn't see any of this part. Nevertheless. Oh, nothing. You're good. You're good. Really just kind of getting the place looking all right before we do the next section. Totally unnecessary. Especially at this stage, but we're going to do it anyway. And it looks like it's dark, so we'll go ahead and sleep. So for my Let's Play series, I did a lot of pre-planning. For this, though, mostly I have been going more off the cuff. So I just have like a particular build palette that I go with, but everything with this base is so kind of dependent on the location and how everything flows that it's really hard to pre-plan any of it. Is that all the... Okay. Definitely not opposed to pre-planning, though. And I'm not gonna lie, I've been, like, sitting and thinking about exactly how I want things to look and what style to go with since before the server even opened. And what about you? Did you pre-planning for your stuff, or... Okay, that's fair. A lot of ways I feel like you can almost get better builds that way. I mean, at least more authentic looking ones at the very least. Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. Just kind of let the world inform and kind of tell you what it wants to be. Is that right? Yes. Because this would go here. Border there. Okay. Alright, now let's switch to the smooth stone. Go there. Alright, and as we exit, we'll have to fill this bit in. That was totally fine. I also forgot that I have to get villagers in here, so we'll have to work on that in a little bit. But now... we need some trapdoors. I think we need 4. Alright, we're going to leave those, I guess, closed for now. And when we're done, those will get opened. Also need to do permanent lighting sources over here so nothing spawns. can get rid of this. Yeah, some of the ways that you unlock the villager trades kind of suck, so I feel that. Definitely do. Alright, I'll actually break that for a second. And do the same thing here. Okay. Nope. Alright, so that's going to be the area where the villagers actually end up in. And we should actually be reasonably close to the surface here. Alright, let's go make some more pickaxes. And actually eat some food, because we managed to hurt ourselves. Alright, so far so good. Nice. Sounds like the breeder is still working for you. That's always good. I'm really kind of regretting not bringing a workbench with me. There we go. Thought we'd be close. Exactly where this is. Okay, up behind our chest monster, just a touch. Put a torch here so we know where we're coming. And now we just need to put in the barrier to keep the grown-up villagers out of the baby villager area, which is going to necessitate a couple more trapdoors. Okay, so the placement of these is really important. Basically, they have to be at this height. So you don't want to give the villagers 2 full blocks of space to pass through. You want to basically shrink that space by the amount of a trapdoor. If it helps, you can always put like spacer blocks here. I'll probably throw a couple light blocks in there just to keep this place super well lit up. But villagers are slightly taller than the player model, so that will prevent them from going this way as adults. But the babies will be freely able to go through here. They will also see these trapdoors and think that there's floor, and there's not because they're open, and they'll fall down into here, where they will not be harmed because of the water. And then pushed into the corner where we can pick them up in a boat by kind of clipping them through, and used for whatever we want to use them for. And then the only extra thing to put in here is some way to feed them, which will be a manual thing at first. We'll have to do like a staircase or something that brings you up above this area. But eventually we'll put in some automation to do that instead. Yeah, this is basically almost a carbon copy of the one from my LP, so not the most impressive thing in the world, but it will do the trick. So now, let's go grab ourselves... we'll basically make ourselves a couple of jack-o'-lanterns. Is probably going to break these. Oh, no. Okay. We have a lot, though. No worries if it does. Alright. Gotta remember lanterns here. Alright. Seeds are getting composted because we just don't need them right now. What's that? Nope, down here. Okay, I'll pick up our 2 carved pumpkins, throw torches in each, and that gives us jack-lanterns. So there we go, that's done. Well, not yet, no. There we go. Okay. So I can pass through freely, but they will not be able to. I mean, that'll do it. Either keep me on my toes or give me a heart attack. Yep, nope, can't make the staircase there. That's right. Because, you know, villager breeder there. So, come out one more. Okay. That's problematic. You know what? Now that we're here, let's just go straight down from here. I feel like I'm in a spot I'm not supposed to be in. What level is this? This is 63? Okay. This should be sea level right here. Okay, so that is a way up. I'd love for it to be a little closer to the actual thing here, though. So let's try digging a staircase from here and see if we can get them to connect. Okay. And then it'll turn the corner, so we can actually just block this back up. Perfect. Oh no, that's the worst. I mean, I'm not generally on board with the mistreatment of villagers, but that seems kind of like grounds for dismissal. Maybe not an outright execution. So just let them wander off into the great beyond. Alright, how many stairs do I need? I'll probably keep this a full block. Yeah, there you go. I mean, yeah, it's perfect. The butterfly farm. Yeah, exactly. You got it. Villagers love the butterfly farm. Okay, so if I do staircase here, stairs here, and then this can stay that. And stairs on top of these. 3, 5, 6, 7. Looks like. All right, see you, bud. Have a good night. Thanks. Okay, so this will give me access to kind of dump food on top of the villagers that will be breeding in here. Okay, yeah, I thought I would have to bring that up another level. All right, it is dark, so let's do some sleeping. There we go. Now, back to our stairs here. Going to need a couple more staircases. 1, 2. I don't know. Let's just make like another 8 and see how far that gets us. When I'm on this, directly underneath this. Good. Seems like an excessive amount of room, doesn't it? Okay, so this will actually be right here. Is that right there? Okay. Yeah, I think that works. Okay, and I know exactly what to do for these 2 spots where it kind of like twists. There we go. I feel like light should probably come from above rather than below, but for right now, we're just going to do a torch. And we'll get to the other part later. Alright, so now I kind of need a way to stop myself from falling in. But we'll deal with that in a second. Okay. And we'll kind of cap this off, so when we come in here, we won't see all the grossness above. These are all smooth. So that's good to go. And we'll have to do something about these walls, but that's going to be in, that's not a right this very second thing to fix, so we'll come back to that. Now that we've got the staircase established so we can give them food. And this will be sealed off. Alright, making sure that's not anything important. Alright. Alright guys, give me 1 second. I need to check something and I will be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Our cat was trapped in our bedroom. She needed an assist. Okay, so we have our staircase, so we can feed the villagers that we're going to breed. Like I said, I would love to put in something that kind of stops me from being able to go in here, but still gives me access to throw food in. I think I know what I'm going to do. I need a couple more trapdoors. So I don't need that. I need this. Alright, so this is a trick that I have used a couple of different times in previous circumstances. The player model is just small enough that if you put a trapdoor on the bottom of one block and the top of another block, you can't actually go through here, but if you crouch, you can slide right in. So it gives us a natural stopping point that we're not going to accidentally fall in. But if we need to go in there for some reason, we can tuck in and get in that way. And I'm thinking I'll probably just put those in. Those are going to have to be a later edition, though, because we need to get the villagers in here before we can actually set that up. Okay, and I think it's basically time to get the villagers in here. We have the beds set and ready to go. And yeah, we need to do We've got the chamber they fall in set and ready to go, and the love shack, as we'll call it for now, right here. So let's go get our villagers in place. Get them in place. Now, they shouldn't be able to get through here anyway, but just in case, we're going to open those because we don't want them to come into here for any reason. Alright, I still have my bed on me, and I actually need to go get another lead because we need to get villagers up to the drop-in point. And the way we're going to do that is with a lead and a boat. And it looks like it's almost nighttime, so I grab my lead. That's not my lead. This would be my lead. And then we will sleep. Oops. Okay. So the other day, off camera, I went to a nearby village and I acquired a couple of villagers. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a pillager. It's just my donkey. Oh my goodness. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Okay, back to the story. I went and acquired a couple villagers and stored them in here for safekeeping. And now we are going to take them. Nope, nope, nope. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. And get them into the villager breeder, hopefully without killing them. It's not like I can't get more, but I'd really prefer to not to have to. So, we'll be back. So, I'm sure you're wondering, how in the world am I going to go up with a villager in a boat? And there's means. You can do rails, you can do the workbench trick, but what I've found to be the easiest, since they added it, is just a boat on a lead. Believe it or not, you can drag these guys uphill with this trick. As long as you don't stretch the lead too much, they will pop up to the next level as you jump up. Now, you usually have to be like a level ahead of them, so it seems. So sometimes you have to build up your level artificially. But it does work. There we go. And if I can get him up above where we need to be, I can just ride that boat with him in it right into the hole that we made to drop them into. Is basically exactly what we're going to do here. Okay, now at this point, we don't really want him to fall. I think we are high enough. We can just drag him over here. And we're going to eat some food while we're working on this. Release the lead, which we're going to need later. So, grab that. And we're going to ride this boat straight down into this hole. Okay, well, I didn't mean to jump down there, obviously, but... Oh, no. This is not where I wanted to be. Alright. Well, I have extra glass. I have soak touch, so... No harm, no foul, I guess. I'm going to leave that open, since we've got one more villager to do. And I'm going to release him from the boat. Alright, so he's in here, so that's good. One down, with one to go. Alright, not bad progress for an hour in. Okay. Learned from last time, managed to get him out without too much damage. Alright. And this, I guess, we'll just sort of leave alone for now. Come on, buddy. There we go. So far, so good. Oh, no. Didn't mean to go that far to the side. Okay. Go this way. There we go. Okay. I think we've got him basically where he needs to be. And down we go. That's an interesting thing. Alright. We have two villagers in here, ready to do what they do. And let's go ahead and seal this up. Wonderful. And now I'm kind of thinking replace the bottoms here. There we go. All right, villagers are in. Now, like I said, we got to do our little bit of safety work here. I'm actually going to need 8 trapdoors in order to accomplish that. Oh, well, not even... Yeah, I'll need 8 trapdoors. So this might have been for nothing, but that's okay. Let me... Not going to be quite enough. 6. One more. And that's 8. Okay, so basically this gives me a floor that I can walk on. And we can enter in through. And now we can only get in there if we crouch. Which is excellent. And I'm thinking maybe jack-o'-lanterns again? But right now, we need to sleep. So let's do that. Cool, so... let's see what we have for... You know what? I'm actually pretty certain I don't have enough jack-o'-lantern or pumpkins to make the jack-o'-lanterns to do that. But I know where I can get some more, so we don't have to wait on them to grow. Up on top of this, there are pumpkins. So let's see if we can't make our way up there somehow. Alright, it's kind of looking like right here might be the best egress point. Ah. I wasn't sure I was going to make that jump, but did manage it. And believe it or not, this is an area I have never been to. Guessing this is the result of an Enderman before Enderman griefing was turned off, so that's just fix that up. And there, over this way. Wonder if this is one of the ones I lit up. Maybe. I didn't realize it went all the way to the sky like that. Here are some pumpkins for us. We can actually carve them right here. And I will leave the rest for someone else if they find that they need them. They'll still be in the area, so they can get access to those. This is a great view of what we've managed to accomplish so far. And yeah, the original ravine line was like right here. So that sort of tells you, and like it did come most of the way through, but like this is how much we've cut it down. It's wild that we cut that much out and started on this side too. So we got to do a bit more over here. And like I said, we're going to be taking this down further after we do a couple structures on both ends to hold back the water. But yeah, it's come a long way already, and it's going to be so cool when it's done. At least that is what I am imagining and envisioning, and I believe that will in fact be the case. I'm contemplating jumping, but I really don't think that's a good idea. Alright, I think I can make it from here. Yeah. I don't know if it's the case for anyone else, but you guys like tense up a bit when you jump, even in Minecraft or like other games? You do those long falls. I know I do. It shouldn't, because like it's not like it's any actual threat to my personal safety or anything, but I do still kind of tense up. Just fun fact for you. Okay. Now let's throw some torches in these so they are jack-o'-lanterns instead of just carved pumpkins. They make some more, it looks like. There we go. Okay, so actually... we can do this. Yeah, that works well. And I'm not sure how I want to do the walls yet. I might just go all smooth. And let's go ahead and make that the reality and just see. It's a little boring. I know it's boring. Not going to pretend that it's not. But it is a good, like, blank canvas to work from. You know what I mean? Okay, so the only other things would be like here. Oops. Alright, I think that's got it. Okay. So that is patched up and ready to go. That's good. Alright, so all of this looks pretty much as you would imagine. And we'll probably have to fill this in at some point. And we'll have to move this at some point. Done with the lead for now. Okay. So yeah, everything's built, everything's in place. This project's basically done, except we just need to feed these guys some carrots, because we have a bunch. Oh, and fill in that hole in the top. I nearly forgot. How could I forget? Like the most important part. And probably tear down our little forge solution as well. Oh my gosh, this donkey. I'm glad that we have him. I need to clear some of this grass though, because every time I pull up, I think that he's a group of pillagers and keeps scaring me. So if I have a better line of sight, that should not happen. Hopefully. Okay, there's that. Like I said, we need to fill in the dirt hole. I'm actually going to grab an extra stack of the dirt just in case. I'm going to have to go around. And we'll go ahead and sleep before we do this. To make sure that we're good. We don't have any problems. Cool sunset, actually. Can't wait until we have a higher vantage point to see it from. Should be pretty cool. Okay. So we're going to very carefully pick our way down here. That was easier than I imagined. Probably just that. Maybe like that. Okay. Like it never happened. Alright, now we just grab a bunch of carrots and get these guys loaded up with some food. So they can do their thing. And we have been farming carrots for a while. I'm going to keep a couple stacks for me. The rest are for them. And there's more for us to gather while we await the results. Alright, I see some hearts going. And baby villager. Huzzah! So they've got about a 5-minute cooldown before they'll do anything else. But yeah, we should be good to go. I think we could potentially move some of this stuff. But we're going to do a boat for this. Leave these here for a second. I'll need to bring the boat back, actually, because this is how we get them out of the farm, if you recall. But right now we just need to put away all our extra bits. Okay, that... all goes in there. This and this have homes here. Cobblestone is full up, so I'm not sure what to do with those. Buckets. Yeah, right there. Right. Weeds have a home here. Flint has a home here. Smoothstone has a home here. And dirt goes right here. Gravel also has a place right in here. Got a couple torches. Swap those out, actually. So I just need to find a home for this extra cobblestone and this glass, basically. Carrots also have a home. Although, we should go ahead and resupply in case we need more soon. So we'll do a bit of farming here. Yeah, having a villager breeder is going to open quite a few doors for us. The first one that we would like to walk through, obviously, is the iron farm. Get that up and running. Again, I think we have everything that we need for that. At least preliminary stuff. And then we can do some minor upgrades almost immediately once the iron starts flowing. Namely, just automatic collection via hoppers. The hardest part about that is going to be acquiring the zombies. Yes, I did say zombies, plural. But we might be able to go ahead and start getting that set up as well. Let's put away carrots. Alright, glass. Where do I want to put glass? Let's set it here with the amethyst. And then cobblestone is really the thing, you know? What do you do with a bunch of cobblestone? Especially when you have this many chests of it already. It's a tough one. I could put another chest on top of this, but I would not be able to reach it. I already have to jump to reach this one. So, definitely not the ideal, and I don't want to stack it here because that's for dirt. Everything else is kind of for everything else. And our wood supply is so low. That might be a thing to go deal with now, while we wait for the villager breeder to do its thing. In fact, yes, I think we need to go gather some wood. Let's go do that. Doesn't have to be oak either. Could be birch. Totally fine with birch. Yeah, and even before that, I want to get this guy to be my friend. So when we have access to a saddle, we can just throw it on and be good to go. Come on, buddy. Be my friend. I could feed him so it would go faster, but that's okay. This works just fine. Come on. Become my friends. There we go. Yeah. Okay, now trees. Go find some trees to cut down to get access to some more wood. Yep. I actually did not know this was here, so let's take a look. Okay, not much to this, just kind of rough, jagged terrain. That does not help me. But we're going to have to navigate it anyway to get access to trees, apparently. Oh my goodness. I had no idea it was this rough over here. We're going to swim up. Now we have access to trees. And trees are good. Because we need some wood. Alright, someone's actually nearby. And I'm not sure who. But if they wanted to stop by, they are obviously more than welcome. Not yet. Okay. I feel like they've got to be pretty close. Actually head in that-ish direction. Of course, there are people there. Yep, I see a person. See if we can outrun
I think I just found the donkey.
There he is. Hey, sir.
Hey, what's
Don't
going
look,
on?
don't look behind you too quick, but there are some pillagers up on the hill.
Come here, boys. Would you like some diamonds, sir?
I actually have some. I just haven't really put them too much use yet.
Fair enough, fair enough.
But thank you.
Oh, I can start a raid. No, I can't. That's right. We've got to drink the bottle.
Yep, you need the bottle. I do have one, though, if you really want to start a raid.
I mean, I've got a couple of Bad Omen 5s back at home. Actually,
Okay.
in my bag. Hold up a second. Even better. So, I could start a raid if I choose, but I'm good on that at this stage. I'm
That's
not
fair.
interested in totems. Because if you die, you die.
Yeah.
Your ravine, did you carve that out by hand?
Yes, I can't take all the credit. I did have a little help from Perfect and Ethan. They stopped by the other day and donated some effort and some diamond tools.
Yo, this is so cool.
But yes,
What's the finished vision gonna look like?
okay, so right now, the side that we're on is down at sea level. That's
Yep.
like phase 1 of the excavation. Phase 2 is bringing down the other side, and then they'll actually go down below sea level, kind of to the bottom of the ravine that you can see down there.
Whoa. Oh, I see it. Yeah, yeah.
Then I'm going to put a dam on both ends to kind of block back the ocean water, but have it kind of flow in like river style and pour down into this hole in the middle.
Whoa.
And then all the farms are basically going to be set into or slightly stick out of the walls. So bridges in between the two sides, all the different farms, like levels to view different stuff from. Possibly a glass ceiling across the two sides, but I'm not 100% on that yet.
That sounds crazy. What?
Yeah, and then
I like the
yeah, the bottom will just be like
So-
a U shape, and it'll be like tiered with trees and grass and vines and just all kinds of shrubberies.
Dude, that sounds so good. What?
Yeah, should be fun. And
Love it.
as I get the farms open, anyone can come use them. So
Oh, even better.
yeah,
And it's also a great spot to practice clutching. Ah!
yes, I'm not that talented, so I will jump into the water. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, and then yeah, this is the other part. Both sides eventually will have this, but a little canal that connects the two sides, so you can take your boat
because
straight across.
I came from sea level earlier. I base because of a project of my own,
Mm-hmm.
and I rode right through. I'm like, dude, it was so cool.
Yeah,
Love it. Awesome. I can't wait to see the finished product.
yeah, it should be very cool.
All right. I am going to dip. Bye bye.
All right. Have a good one. All right, that was cool. I'm glad Jidos got a chance to stop by and see the progress so far. It is, yeah, it's been a lot of digging. But the villager breeder is working good, it appears. Goodness gracious, there's 3 kiddos in here already. Wonderful. So this is working as advertised. Yes, indeed. Okay, now back to our regularly scheduled program. I need to grab, as I said, some wood. I'm actually going to take a boat, and we might actually start from the other side this time. Should make things a little bit easier. At least that's my expectation. I'm glad people are able to get some use out of the canal, though. That's good to know. Alright. Yes, this is a much easier way to access wood. And yeah, eventually we will be adding some tree farms built into the mountainsides. Like, we'll have decorative ones out in the ravine, but places to actually farm them kind of tucked into the hillsides themselves. So that we don't have to go tear down entire forests when we need some extra wood. Although there is something to be said for the potential of maybe keeping them on the terraced levels, too. And just accessing direct from there. I don't know, so food for thought. Maybe for, like, the trees we use more often, the oak and birch, we can do it that way and have the other kinds in their own rooms. Because, like, certain trees are just not going to mesh well into the scenery. Like mangroves and probably pale oaks, for instance, they feel out of place out in the open. But I still want access to those woods. Alright. Basically just trying to get a stack of logs here, and then we can get back to projects. An apple. Nice. Only 52. That should be 60, so I just need 4 more. Whatever this tree gives me, that's what we'll stick with. I think it's going to be exact. Nope, it's going to be a little bit extra. It's okay, we'll turn some of it into planks. And... Alright, I know I said I was done. I'm gonna grab enough to make some actual planks, too. I don't have to immediately dip into my log supply. Okay, that should be good enough. We'll grab our boat and head back and finish up our project. Maybe grab some of these saplings, apples, sticks, and various other bits along the way. Alright, anything else worth grabbing? Mostly looking for the sticks at this point, so I don't have to make those later. Saves me a bit of wood. Yeah, I think we're good to go. I know I missed that sapling there, that's okay. Alright, we do actually have a bit more cleaning up to do. So we got sand and these seeds to get rid of. And we need to find a new home for these things. First of all, I'll throw it on the chest. We go right here. Might even add a second one. Not that I need a double chest to store the boats, but you know, we'll just leave it as one for right now. And let's actually go get the rest of the boats. Yeah, boats are kind of a funny thing. No, what? I don't want to go in there. They have a tendency to just sort of accumulate without anyone intending for them to. Come on, go back. Okay. Now we'll let some grass grow over that, and it'll probably look basically untouched. So that's always the goal. We need to collect our non-chest boats. And we'll take our chest boat to go store those in the boat chest over by the villager breeder in a bit. But first, I have sand to put away. Wow, I can legit hear them from here. I did not think that would be the case. They're like down below me. Again, don't really need these just yet. I'll go compost those. Obviously, banner we can put away. Apple we can put away. Saplings we can put away. I think we're basically where we need to be. But we'll grab some dirt. And I don't want to forget to do this. There's that one spot where we pillared up on the dirt that needs to be filled in. So that's what we grabbed that for. And yeah, let's head back over there and officially finish up the villager breeder. Alright. Fully grown villager, ready to go. So boat's in here. And like I said, yeah, I thought so. I needed a smooth stone. Alright, I know where we can get one of those. Now, technically, this is all going to get dug out at some point anyway. So we're just going to grab that. And it's not like I will ever actually see that. But, like, I'll know if I don't fix it. Alright. The villager breeder is done. And not too shabby, honestly, I'd say. I might actually even replace these. Now that I'm looking at it. Just gonna leave that for now. Be more to put away later, which I don't really need. Okay, maybe better light sources later on, but I think that's got us where we want to go. So now, we've got about an hour left in the stream. They're actually breeding down here, which is interesting. So the adults must have thrown them some of the carrots. They're extras. They seem to keep getting frustrated. I don't know if maybe the other kid villager being present is a problem. Or it might just be that there's only 4 beds. And there's 4 adult villagers. So that could definitely be an issue. I was wondering if I should go to spawn and like just see what all is going on down there. But I'm thinking we go ahead and start on the iron farm too. Probably not going to be anything we actually finish in this episode, but it'd be good to have the progress on it for sure. Yeah, and we'll be thinking about what we wanted to do with this. But I'm glad it all kind of fit in this space. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, let's work on the iron farm. I think that's the play. So the iron farm is a bit of a different beast here. It goes in the opposite corner from the breeder, just so, you know, the 2 villages are far enough apart that they don't mess with each other. Most of it is going to be up here. All that we're really going to see down in this area is going to be the collection systems for the 2 items that come out of the iron farm, which are iron ingots and poppies. So I think our first stage is just making enough chests to fill this area and get up above this into the next level up here. So let's throw down our workbench. Although, now that I'm thinking about that, I do want a massive storage system for this. For the iron. And I'm going to need hoppers to make the, like, storage silo. Okay. So let me think here. How do we want to set this up? That is the question. All right, so I think we do our storage silo like we planned. And it's just a small one because we don't need anything crazy. At least I wouldn't think so. And we leave room for the hoppers, and we make them as soon as we have the farm running. I think that's the play. Okay. So let's put this down. That part of the system hasn't changed at all. And we need chests. How many do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6. So 12 chests to start. And it's night already, so close to it. This is going to give me 8. And then we'll make the rest here right quick. All right, so what I think we should do is put them like this, so that their backs face each other and the latch is facing outward. I think that makes the most sense. At least in my brain, that's what makes the most sense. I thought there was room up there, and I was right. Now, I did light this up earlier. But theoretically, it should be safe up here. Or, you know, at least safe adjacent. Yeah, safe adjacent. Let's... Let's do that. I don't remember where this even goes. Alright, but that's got us in a decent spot, and we have a bit of view over here. Takes us up out of the ravine ever so slightly, which is cool. But yes, back to what we were doing. Last couple chests will go here. And here. And now we're trapped. Which is okay. Alright, so that gets us up and down. Cool. Alright, from here, what I would like to do is we'll basically have filters going into each of these. And they can be side by side. So that's not an issue. I'm trying to remember how exactly these are set up. So we would have hopper here, pointing into this, and hoppers above. These hoppers are going to have comparator here. Okay. So comparator, redstone, dust. And we might not initially have the filters set up. And that is okay. Okay. So that's where the repeater access is for both sides. Torches on the bottom sections here. Yeah, that's all good to go. Alright, so now these are hoppers. We're going to need the output from the farm to kind of go in a circle over these. Which, if it's a 2x2 area, is possible. We just do them in a little bit of a loop. So that would be hoppers. And we can put anything on top of those, or nothing at all even. I would probably do... I don't want to do moss carpets. Probably stone slabs of some sort. So let's go down this way. We're going to bring our bed and our crafting bench with us as we move upwards. So let's grab the crafting bench. Sorry, I mentioned at the beginning of the stream that I'm not running on much sleep, and that should prove it right there. Oh goodness. Okay. So we would have these here. All right, and if it's this is half a block, it's one. I think this always gets me, exactly how high these need to be. I think we might actually want to make mud blocks to put here. So let's run and do that super fast. I do have a water bottle. So not a problem at all. And I'll just show you guys how to make these. It's really, really super easy. You don't need much for it. Nope, there it was. You just throw down a dirt block and hit it with a bottle of water. You're right-clicking, and it hydrates that dirt block and turns it into mud. Nice and easy. It's especially easy if you don't have to make a ton of them. There are redstone contraptions, I believe, to help make the process at least semi-automatic, which is helpful. And if we do end up working with that material a lot, which I think we probably will, be a good thing to go ahead and set up. But that's in the future. Right now, we've got our 4 mud blocks. which should make planning for this quite a bit easier. I will also need a couple buckets. We'll bring those along with us as well. Oop. I gotta say, the boat is making transportation between the sides of my base so much easier and faster. Alright, we'll toss the bed down. And sleep real quick. Very good. Now, we go. Alright, so these are hoppers. On top of them will be 4 mud blocks. So that just makes everything a little bit easier for us. Alright, so now we'll have these guys. Actually, no. I was thinking mud was the way to go, but I actually think the half slabs make this a little bit easier. Believe it or not. So, let's... Then we only have to be 2.5 instead of 3. That just makes it less complicated. Seemingly. Okay. And we need some more of these blocks, really. We're actually getting back into the swing faster than I thought. Alright, we have 3 full-grown villagers in the holding area of our villager breeder, which is absolutely perfect. Once we move them out to go do other things, they should breed a little bit more, because I think they have enough food to do it, but we can always feed them again if need be. We need... What do we need? Right. Smooth stone. Grab some of those. And let's hop in here. Grab these, because why not? I think that's kind of it. Ah, I know exactly what to do with our extra cobblestone. Right here. Duh. Okay, that's good for now. Well, we'll probably get more as we go, so we'll put that there. Excuse me. Alright, yeah, that should be... As long as I'm not forgetting anything, maybe we want some glass. Yeah, we should bring some glass also. Not the tinted kind. This kind. Alright, back to the far end. Try not to bounce off the sides here, but getting a straight path with a boat is kind of challenging. Alright, so we're going to take this. So we're going to take a whole stack. Let's turn it into stone brick blocks. I kind of need that space. And we're going to do that along there. And then we need to go up. I think at least 3. Because if this is the platform, I need to decide exactly where to put the signs. Oh, it is dark in here. I think we're probably going to need... Yeah. Okay, so if I was standing in a too high a space, lava would be right here, typically. I want to say that's still okay. Signs here and here. Lava positioned above us. Um, I'm going to want to change things up a little, though. Okay, so that's all there. And we need to remove it from here. Right, so from now on, our point of egress is actually going to be right here. Until we turn this thing on, and then we can put a glass box there. Okay, but now signs would go there and there. And here for now, but we're going to need to get up into this area. So not here yet. That's for later. And we're actually going to need to remove the slab in order to get up there. Okay. And like I said, glass pretty much right here and right here. This will be filled with lava. Again, that's a later thing. Right now, we just need to get up into here and do a spot of digging. Sounds like the rain might be a little closer than we would hope. Okay. And now, we're going to remove this from each of the four corners. Some people like to put light blocks there. It's not really necessary because it's going to be covered with water. Alright, now we need to go 8 blocks in each direction, counting these. So... before we do that, before we commit to that, I think we should probably get some additional torches up here. Some sort of light source. For right now, I can kind of cheese it and do this. And that might be okay. But really quickly, we're going to look through this cave in the local area. See if we can find some coal to make some more torches. Need some more. And if we need to go back to the base, that's fine. Not my preferred resolution, obviously, but... is what it is. Okay, well... back to base we go, I suppose. I'm not borrowing any torches from this cave. That seems like a bad plan. Okay, here we go. Alright, that should give us plenty enough for what we're doing. And as a bonus, we may have even stayed close enough to the area that nothing would have spawned anyway. Just in case. There we have it. Oh, come back. There we go. Okay, so 1, 2. 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Wonderful. Now, normally I don't build these underground, but this just sort of ended up being the way of it this time. And, yeah, I think it'll work. Okay, well that's one branch. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, like I said, this is actually gonna poke out of the side ever so slightly. Which I actually think is gonna look kind of cool. I have some of the stuff exposed. It was always kind of part of the plan to have some of the farms poking out of the side. And that is definitely going to be the case here, so. And it's actually kind of nice to have some sky access too, because being totally underground like that gets a little dreary. And right now we're just going to toss some of our excess materials. Don't really need in here. Okay, everything else may end up being useful. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, right? Yes. There we go. In fact, while we're here, let's just go ahead and cut down this oak tree, because it doesn't make sense for it to be here. Alright, and now this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so this is definitely going to poke up out of the side quite a bit in every direction. Well, in most directions. That's okay. There we go. Alright, so the branches are carved out, ready to go. Next up is taking out the corners. Which should be pretty easy. Now that the guidelines are sort of established here. And I'm kind of torn between leaving it exposed and just sort of letting, like, we'll seal it, obviously, so nothing comes in that's not supposed to come in. But leaving it so that you can kind of see the structure portion of the iron farm. Or potentially terraforming over it so that you don't really know that it's there. Kind of leaning towards the second option. And just having it poke out in the part of the ravine that is supposed to have things exposed from it. The part that we've cut. But not sure yet. Alright, let's sleep real quick. Okay. And once again, we have a tree to tear down, because it doesn't make sense for it to be here. I'm going to grab that with a silk touch pick here in just a second. Right now, we're just going to dig around it. Okay. Actually picked up some sticks, but do that. Definitely going to need to drop off stuff again here shortly. Do I have any of those in my... No. So that's why we're digging around them. At least part of the reason. that does give us a little bit more room. The old inventory. Now that I'm thinking about it, we throw a torch down here. Alright, sounds like we are full up once more. So let's pop downstairs. Drop off more of our accumulated goods. Mostly dirt. Cobblestone. Oh, and some other stuff we really don't need. Saplings, apples, leaves, dried leaves, leaf litter. What you call it? Cobblestone slabs. Well, we might need those. Okay. Got us. Technically, even this side is sticking out of the part that we don't want it to be. It's like the front of the ravine, not even like inside the cut part. That, I think, is actually okay, though. Plus, it'd be hard to terraform around. And having part of it stick out in the natural area is an argument, of course, for just letting the whole thing stick out instead of trying to terraform over part of it, when it'll be like super obvious that it's there anyway. Seems a bit silly. Okay, so this side, this is 8 right here. Alright, so we've got 3 corners basically done. This corner doesn't exist, so that's okay. And last but not least is going to be over here. And take out all of this. Alright, time for some new shovels. And we're almost there. Definitely going to want to replace the floor with something a little bit more uniform. So that's got that corner settled and ready to go. Let's grab our... Nope. Let's actually start with the stone brick blocks. And create the floor where there is none. There we have it. Nope, not what I had meant to do, but... Okay. And I tell you what, it is incredible how quickly these streams can go when you just are like locked in and sort of doing the thing. There we go. It looks like evening is approaching once more. Or maybe that's just because I was behind a wall. Either way. Alright, let's take half of these. Now, fill in the sections that don't exist yet. And then replace the ones that do with the appropriate materials. We're definitely not going to finish this tonight. I didn't think that we were going to. But we've gotten a really good start on it, and that is going to be huge for our next stream, because then we can just dive right in and sort of keep going where we left off. I think the hardest part is going to be, like I said, capturing a couple zombies. I'm pretty sure it's not going to be fun. Or, you know, a different kind of fun than we usually do here on the channel. But looking forward to it nonetheless. And, you know, worth it in the end. Alright, floor is almost done. I was about to declare it finished, and then I remembered there were these. All right. There we are. So that part is done. And this should be enough upward space, although I might just want to take out one more level in case. All right, do I have any sides that are... Okay. So... I wonder if this is too big. That's definitely something we'll be researching. I kind of don't think so. I'm not positive on that, so we'll have to see. All right, there's lots to put away here, so let's gather up what we can. Yep, even just putting away that should get us a lot more room. Make ourselves a couple more shovels. All right, we'll finish taking this up another level. All right, that should give us plenty of space. And there's also this guy. And there we have it. Now we just got to remove these. I forgot about. Okay. That is definitely excellent progress. Um, seriously? All right, we're going to drop some of the leaf litter. We don't care about that. We have, yes, we do. I go grab these ores here. All right, are there any more wall or ceiling ores that we need to grab? I don't think so. Yeah, everything else should be good. So, planning on streaming again tomorrow. That is our actual schedule, so that is the plan. Yeah. We managed to get our villager breeder up and running, so that is good to go. Completely done. Whatever you want to call it, but it is finished and ready and working. And yeah, this is the beginnings of the iron farm. Kind of planned out some of what we would like to have in this space. Now that I'm looking at it, I kind of think it is not too big. I think it's actually perfect. But it is a lot more work yet, so it is something we are going to finish up tomorrow. And yeah, I can't wait to see how it goes, get it turned on, and start getting some iron so we can potentially replace our current armor, most of it anyway, and start using iron tools instead of stone consistently, and really start cranking away on getting some villagers ready for trading and get ourselves into diamond gear as quickly as possible. Honestly, I expect most of that to be finished by, end of stream Saturday. But yeah, this has been a good one. We got a lot done. There's a lot more to do. But for right now, the loop is stable, so we are going to let it run. Thank you guys for watching and hanging out. I appreciate it, and yeah, I will catch you all in the next cycle, I guess.